Welcome to the Fantasy Film Festival here in Paris. I would like to start by just knowing more about you, if you can introduce yourself.
Sure. Yeah, my name's Jacob Karim. I'm a film producer based in Paris and also in New York, so I'm back and forth. And I've been producing for about 7 years. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I know that the film happens in New York, but the actors speak in French. You're from New York or from the US, and you live in Paris. How do you find like? Can you talk about the experience of finding the movie and how it relates to that?
Yeah, actually, it's a complete coincidence. At the time, I was just living in New York. I had never lived in France, and I didn't speak French. Um, but it was one of the first films that I like went out and did, on my own with Honor and Alan. Um, and it's really just a coincidence that 5 years later, I don't know how long it's been, 4 years later, I'm actually living here, which is really cool. It was kind of a pretty big idea to have a film set in New York and and only in French, which was really interesting. And you hear kind of all the talented actors that are in New York and that speak French. And when you're working on a film, you're also thinking, how are there this many people that are, if you can find this many talented people that fit these roles, it's like New York is just so big and diverse. And it was seeing that in that way was really interesting and pretty funny, actually.
Well, that's amazing. Do you think that you find the same kind of diversity here in Paris? Then, and you can probably do an American film, but in Paris, or is this different?
Um, well, I think there have been plenty of films that Americans make set in Paris. So I don't know if I would be an innovator on that one. But yeah, Paris is extremely, extremely diverse. It's so amazing to live here. You hear, so many different languages all the time. My family's Lebanese, so there's a ton of Lebanese people here. Oh, you as well? Wow. Yeah, so hearing that, and then all the different like African countries and European countries and everything. So here, I have no doubt you would have any problem finding a diverse selection with any particular group.
Well, that's really cool, honestly, and I can relate to that because I'm Lebanese as well. So yeah, and I wanted to know more about other films you've done before this one, or I don't know if you've done after this one. So can you talk about your work?
Yeah, one of my other films. I mean, I've done quite a few films since this one. I have a few that are in post production now, and I actually was working on a French American co-production. It's called Silver Star. It's in post production now. We shot that in New Jersey, but it was based here with a company, like a subsidiary of Treasure Film. And so that was a pretty cool project to work on. That was in English, but all by French producers and directors and writers. Another film I did was with James Ivory. He, the Call Me by Your Name producer. We did a political comedy called Can't Let It Go about the days leading up to the Trump election in 2016 in New York. Which I don't know if you were in New York, but it was a crazy, crazy day, and it was a crazy time. So it follows New Yorkers all kind of arguing with their respective family members or whoever about politics in a really funny way, and then just kind of all leads up to the election, and it's explosive and it's witty and it's fun, and it's a great film.
Cool, amazing. Can't wait to watch these and get to know more about your work and your universe. So yeah, thanks for answering the questions, and can't wait to watch this film.